wanted to talk about the exercise elephant today. It actually helps use the back body for having long legs and loose hips to allow for a better lifting of the abdominal muscles and everything from there up. So I will show it to you on the reformer first so you have an idea of what it looks like. Your heels are pressing down, and in doing so, you're really reaching from the top part of your spine in this position down through your heels into the ground. On the front of your body, you're lifting up and through that lower abdominal area, leaving a lot of space for your hips. You relax your shoulders and your neck, and you press out. On the reformer, you're pressing. On the mat, we're doing things a little differently. We're pretending to press. This is the carriage. It's moving, and as it moves, I'm able to press farther down into my heels and lift up through my abdominals for a stronger lift. You're pushing against some resistance on the reformer, so it really makes you lift and use your abdominals. You have to do that on your own on the mat. So I have a barrel here that I will use. We can use anything, a bed, a stool, even the floor if you're flexible enough in your hamstrings. Squeeze the back part of your heels right here together. You feel an engagement of your midline, helping you to lift up and out through the crown. As you roll down, immediately think of that elephant where you're lifting up through your front body to come over. So we're not collapsing, sticking the bottom out and making all of this short. You're actually lifting up, pressing back through the heels behind you and down. Find your floor or your barrel. I'm using the barrel as I said. Just to lift your upper body off of the mat slightly so that it's not really about stretching, it's about reaching and lengthening. Bring your body, leave your body weight where it is, I should say, but bring the focus of your energy back into the back of your heels so that you can lift up your toes, as I think I did on the elephant on the reformer. Make the legs as long as possible behind you. Lifting the knees up, reaching the thighs high, away from the pressing down of the feet. The abs are pulling in tight. And I realized I was going back too far. Make sure your weight comes forward, distributed pretty evenly between your hands and feet. I think as I was emphasizing pushing my heels in, I brought my weight back. So that's a good example of what not to do. Really reaching your spine long enables you to push through those heels and make the back of the legs stretching from up here to where the heels meet the mat, as it was on the reformer. Resting your shoulders and your neck and head. Squeezing those inner thighs up through the midline. And as I said, you can kind of imitate the motion on the reformer. You're not moving anything, but just make sure you're not going back as I keep doing, as I'm talking. Feel like you could pull the reformer in by pulling down the heels and forward towards the barrel. What that does is, without movement, it really makes you pull your abdominal muscles in more. Hopefully you're not quadding and pulling in your quads, so really relax those quads, only lifting them up in assistance of pulling the abdominals farther in. Okay, rolling it up.
you should feel a little different than before. You can also do this without standing up, or in addition to standing up. Pressing out through your heels. Make sure you have a good softness in your bottom. That's why I'm wiggling a little bit. We don't want to squeeze or anything. Pressing into something. Even if you wanted to put your, not your barrel, but whatever you have to push your heels into, a yoga mat or something, that's helpful. So in this position, you actually can feel lifting up of the belly away from the floor. It's a little bit helpful because now you have something to lift away from besides just your legs as you're standing. Making space in between here. Now the angle is a little bit more acute, so you have to work a little bit harder, I think, to make space here. Make sure your lower back is long. If your hamstrings are really tight, sit up on something, like a yoga block or a towel. In that way, you aren't putting any excess tension in your lower back or in your hip flexors just to sit up straight. Let's see, if you wanted to do the real elephant position, we would be a little bit forward and our arms and neck and shoulders would be relaxed. Pressing out through the heels, lifting up, pretending like we're moving the carriage. You can press your heels down into the mat, like you're pressing the carriage back, and then pushing out, focusing on that, and then pushing down. It's very difficult to feel the nuances of this exercise as you do on the reformer, but it's so cool to feel that lifting in various ways, 3 different ways, one exercise. I hope it helps. Stand up. I feel very relaxed here. My lower back is super long, and I feel like doing more. Have a great day.